Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all for Ghazali students. So, how are you today? I really miss you all actually. And today we will have some learning session of English. Okay. And also today is the first time we meet like this, right? Okay. So, I hope you still remember the day of today. Today is Monday, 15 June 2020. And today, we actually want to do something interesting, which is, please open this student book. On page 21, and we will do today we will do a project of drawing a bar chart. Okay, so we will after this we will do some example of survey or interview. You will ask your friends about the surah that they remember. So after we get the number of the students that remember the surah, so we will draw a bar chart like this. So bar chart is very important to just represent the what you have asked or do the result of the survey that you ask your friends. Okay, so Mu'allimah will show you how to draw a bar chart. Okay. So this one, let's say we ask our friend how many surah you remember on this week. Every day you will remember the TQS, right? You will memorize the TQS, and then this is the example I will show you. Okay, we ask our friends in the class how many surah you remember on this week. Okay, so we'll draw a table that contain the number of surah. So I choose the 3 surah, 4 surah and 5 surah. So you will ask, okay, let's say Akil Amrullah, how many surah you remember on this week? So Akil said 3 surah, Mu'allimah. So you ask Qayyum, how many surah you remember on this week, Qayyum? Qayyum said 4 surah. So put the Qayyum names in this table, on this column. Okay. Let's say how many surah do you remember on this week? Wan Asma, 5 surah, Mu'allimah. So put the name of Wan Asma here. So after we ask all of our friends in the class, we will count. Let's count together the number of students that remember certain surah. So for 3 surah first. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 students that remember 3 surah. 7. Okay. So for 4 surah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 6 students remember 4 surah. Okay. For 5 surah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 students remember 5 surah. Okay. So from this table, we will draw a bar chart. Okay. So for bar chart, here is the number of surah. Okay. Number of surah. Number of surah. Okay. So we have 3, right? 3 surah, 4 surah, 5 surah. So for this axis is the number of surah. For this axis, number of students that remember the surah. Number of students. So we will use our ruler. Okay, 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so after we draw the number, so we will look back at our table. So number of students for 3 surah, 7. Okay, so we go to this axis, 7, right? 7. So we put the dot here, 7. Okay, we will put the line and then here. Okay, and then we draw. Okay. You can color also, right? You can also color. Ma'alimah just show you example. So from this bar, we know that students that remember 3 surah is 7 students. So for 4 surah, 6. Okay, 6. So we put the ruler on number 6 and draw the line here. So maybe here to differentiate it with this, you can draw the if you're using the color, it's easier because you can color the different bar chart using the different color. Okay. So I just want it to be different from the 3 surah. So for 5 surah, 4%. So you put your ruler on the number 4. Okay, put the line here and then connect the line. So maybe this one also you can use the different color, right? So Ma'alimah just want it to be different. So I just put like this. So okay, from this bar chart, we can read and ask some question, right? Okay, let's say people ask you, how many students remember 3 surah? So you read, oh, 3 surah, 7 students. Okay, so 7 students remember 3 surah. Okay, so people ask you again, how many students remember 4 surah? Okay, so you look at this bar chart, 6. 4 surah, 6. Okay, so 6 students remember 4 surah. Okay. So for 5 surah, how many students remember 5 surah? You can also answer this question. Just put the ruler on the line here. So you read. Okay, 4. So 4 students remember 5 surah. Okay. So from this, you know the use of bar chart. Okay. So after you do a survey, you just represent your result like this. So you can ask so many questions. If people want to know how many person that how many friends that you have in your class, so you can ask. You can answer also 7 plus 6 plus 4. So you have 17 students in your class. So you just only can represent your result like this. Easy, right? So if you know how to draw a bar chart, it's easier for you to show people the result of your survey. Okay, so after this, actually we want to watch a video on the examples of bar chart with different example. So let's watch the video properly, and we will meet later again.
Hello, welcome back. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at a worksheet, and the name of our worksheet is called Jane's Pencil Case. And we've got Jane here, and here's her pencil case that she keeps all of her things in. What we're going to do is we're going to first look at the directions. The directions say, look at the bar graph of things in Jane's pencil case and answer the questions. Check the right answers. So this is a bar graph. A bar graph is a graph that represents information. So let's look at both sides of this graph here. The first side has some numbers, starting 1, going all the way up to 7. This side down here has different categories, and the categories are pens, pencils, erasers, and rulers. So these are the things that are in Jane's pencil case, and these bars go up to different numbers, like pens goes up to 6, pencils go all the way up to 7. So each one of these represents a different number, and that tells us how many things are in her case. So let's look at the questions here, and let's answer our questions. Number 1 says, how many pens are there in the pencil case? So let's go to our graph. The question is asking, and I'm actually going to circle this. Sometimes I like to do this. I like to circle so I know exactly what I'm looking for. So how many pens are there in the pencil case? So we're going to go up in our graph and we're going to find pens, and that's this first one right here. And we're going to count how many there are in her pencil case. Our bar graph shows us that it goes all the way up here. So let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes all the way up right here to 6. So there are 6 pens in her pencil case. So we're going to check the correct answer right here. So I'm going to put a check next to the number 6. Okay. Number 2 says, how many erasers are there? I'm going to underline that, and then I'm going to go up and find erasers. I've got pens, pencils, erasers. There it is. So there's erasers. How many erasers are there? Well, let's look. It goes all the way up to here. We don't even have to count them. We're going to go all the way across, and we're going to measure. Where does that go to? It goes to the number 3, right? So we've got 3 erasers. So I'm going to put a check right here next to the number 3. Okay. The next one says, how many pencils are there in the case? I'm going to underline that. How many pencils? Let's go up. Let's find our pencils. Pens, pencils, there it is. So it says how many pencils are in the case. And we're not going to count them. We're just going to look at our bar graph. Where does the top of this bar go up to? It goes all the way up to the number 7, right? So that's our correct answer. So we're going to come down here. We've got 10, 9, there it is, 7 right here. Okay. How many pens and pencils are there together? Now this one's kind of tricky because we're looking for pens and we're looking for pencils. And then when it says how many are there together, what does that mean that we need to do with those two numbers? Do we need to add them or do we need to subtract them? We need to add them, right? When you say how many are there together, the word together is kind of a clue word to let us know that we need to add. So let's write over to the side on the board here, how many pens are there? And we already found the answer, but the answer for pens is there's 6. So we're gonna take 6 and then we're gonna add how many pencils are there. How many pencils did we say there are? There are 7, right? So we're going to add these together. Now, if you already know how to add them, you already know what the answer is, or we can do something else. We can draw a picture, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to count on to 6, but I'm going to draw 7 items here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want you to count with me. We're going to count on to 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So our answer is going to be 13. So let's come down here and find that answer. And there it is. It's the first one, isn't it? 13 all together. Okay? And then we're going to go to our last one. You're doing such a great job of reading that data in our graph and answering our questions. Number 5 says, how many things are there in all in Jane's pencil case? Okay? So what exactly is that question asking? Let's read it again. How many things are there in all in Jane's pencil case? Well, how many are there in all? What is that asking us to do? Think about it. In all of them means that we have to do what? We have to add all of these numbers of the items in her pencil case, okay? Let's just write out each one of these. So how many pens are there? I'm going to keep organized. I'm going to write pens, and then I'm going to add pens, okay? And then I'm going to add pencils. How many pencils are there? There's 7 pencils. And I want to write pencils underneath so I know that I've done that one. Pencils plus erasers. How many erasers? There are 3 erasers. I'm going to write erasers. And then plus our rulers. How many rulers are there? There's just 1 ruler, right? So we're going to add all of these numbers together, okay? So this is what we're going to do. The pens plus pencils, the 6 plus 7, we know that that is 13, right? So we're going to add on to 13. We're going to add 3 plus 4. So I'm going to write this over to the side. 13, which is our 6 plus our 7, plus 3 plus 1, okay? And I'm going to write it this way so we can add it all up. So 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, okay? And then I'm going to take the 1 and I'm going to bring it down, which gives me this answer. This is how many things there are in all in Jane's pencil case. So what is the answer? The answer is 17. So let's find that down here and put a check next to the number 17. Great job. This is really difficult to do because there's a lot of things that you had to think about. You had to figure out how many things there were in the chart and what the chart meant, what it was talking about, and then you had to answer all of these questions. And on 4 and 5, we had to add them up and do something with that information. That was a lot of really hard work today, but you guys did an amazing job. I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.
Subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new videos. Find links to our apps in the comments below.
Okay, so I hope you will understand more about the bar chart when you watching the video. Okay, so for the exercise, please open this workbook on page 16. Okay, so for this one you must listen to my listening transcript that I will read to you after this, and from the listening script you have to select the right answer for this bar chart. How you can select this correct answer for bar chart based on the number of students that I will read in the listening transcript. So this here also one clue for you. There is one extra job that you do not read to use, that you do not need to use. Sorry. Okay. So there is only 4 bar chart, 4 bars. So we have 5 answers. So you must remove one answer. You must ignore one answer. So you only have to choose 4 answers. Okay. So let's listen properly to my listening transcript. Okay. So first, Mrs. Brown. So Christine, what do students in our class have to do at home? Christine, well, a lot of students have to make their beds. Mrs. Brown, that's good. How many students make their beds every day? Christine, 10. 10 students make their beds every day. The second one. So, after this first listening transcript, I hope you can choose one of the answer for the correct bar. Okay. Number 2, Mrs. Brown. Do you make your bed every day, Christine? Christine, not really, but I can clean my room. Mrs. Brown, do other students clean their rooms too? Christine, yes, 8 students have to clean their rooms at home. Mrs. Brown, 8 students. That's not too bad. Okay. Number 3. Mrs. Brown, what else do students have to do at home? Do they help with the cooking? Christine, not many students cook. Actually, only 2 students in our class help with the cooking. Mrs. Brown, only 2? I don't like cooking either, but I have to cook. Okay. Number 4. Mrs. Brown, do any students have to set the table at home? Christine, I don't know, Mr. Brown, but some students clear the table after dinner. Mrs. Brown, really? How many students have to clear the table? Christine, 4 students. Mrs. Brown, just 4? That's not many. Okay, I will repeat once again the listening transcript, and please check your answer, right? Okay. First listening transcript. Mr. Brown. So Christine, what do students in our class have to do at home? Christine, well, a lot of students have to make their beds. Mrs. Brown, that's good. How many students make their beds every day? Christine, 10. 10 students make their beds every day. Okay. Number 2, Mrs. Brown. Do you make your bed every day, Christine? Christine, not really, but I clean my room. Mrs. Brown, do other students clean their rooms too? Christine, yes. 8 students have to clean their rooms at home. Mrs. Brown, 8 students. That's not too bad. Okay. Number 3, Mrs. Brown. What else do students have to do at home? Do they help with the cooking? Christine, not many students cook. Actually, only 2 students in our class help with the cooking. Mrs. Brown, only 2? I don't like cooking either, but I have to cook. Okay, number 4. Mrs. Brown, do any students have to set the table at home? Christine, I don't know, Mrs. Brown. But some students clear the table after dinner. Mrs. Brown, really? How many students have to clear the table? Christine, 4 students. Mrs. Brown, just 4? That's not many. Okay, so after listening the transcript, so I hope you will able to get the right answer, the correct answer for this, right? Okay, so when you get the answer for this, so you I hope you can answer the question on the exercise 2. Look at the bar chart in activity 1 and answer the question. So you answer like I showed to you before this, right? You can answer before this I show to you. Based on this bar chart, you can answer this question. So in this exercise, from this bar chart also, I hope you can answer all the question that asked. Okay. So that's all for today. I hope you can snap the picture of your answer, and I'm waiting for your homework. Okay. Till we meet again at the next time. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.